What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be doing a quick walk around and review on my BYND4X4 camper. We're going to be explaining some parts that I just recently installed. We're going to be talking about the pricing versus others. We're going to do a waterproof test. I'm going to explain what's new on the version 2 on these. And then I'm also going to be telling you guys if I still love it, if I would recommend it, and things I would change if I would have known this before I installed it. So let's go ahead and just get into the video. And if you guys are interested, please make sure to smash that like button. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, so really quick, I want to show you guys how easy this is to set up. So if you guys are at camp, of course, go ahead and open up. If it is locked, you go ahead and unlock it, and then you go ahead and turn, and that's how you open this up. But as far as the actual tent, what you want to do is right here, there's going to be a latch. And if yours has the locking one, you unlock, unlatch. On this side, same thing, unlatch. This thing pulls up just like that. And then go ahead and go inside. And inside, you're going to have two pieces that are going to come up, which is going to allow you to get in. You're basically done with this right here. You can go ahead and go inside your camp here, and this is a nice bed, which we'll get some close-ups right now. I just wanted to show you guys that. Another thing that it's going to have is when you're outside of here, you're going to have some doors on the side. You push the compression lock, and these are also with key. You have that opening, and if you come right over here to this side, you're also going to have the same push, and this also is locked with key, and that'll open up. All right, you guys, now we're going to get to the measurements. You're going to notice right here there is a curve. I'm going to try to get it right here in the center, and this measurement is going to be so you can see if your roof rack will fit. As far as for me, I do have a Print2 Pro, so if you guys do have a Print2 Pro or a Print2 rack, it should fit. But let's give you guys some measurements starting from right here, the center, right here. I want to say it's roughly about 8 inches. So that should give you guys an idea if your rack will fit. Let me try to get it from in here. Okay, so it's touching my rack, and it's touching the bottom of the roof. That's roughly, I'm not too good with this, but it's roughly about 5.5 inches. So that's how much space you'll have around here, or you can measure from the center of here upwards, just to give you guys an idea. Now, if you guys do want to park yours in the garage, I'm going to give you guys another measurement. We're going to measure from the plastic of the Tacoma here, going up to the top. That way you guys can see maybe if it'll fit in your garage or not. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it under. And that looks to be about roughly, more or less, 30 inches. So you can go ahead and measure your truck now from here to here. Just keep in mind, if you guys do still have the roof racks up here or the roof rails, it's probably going to add another maybe 3 to 4 inches on top of this from the roof up. So go ahead and do your measurements. Also keep in mind how tall your truck is. All right, you guys, so before anything, I'm going to give you guys some quick info on this camper. So this is a BYND4X4 2-in-1 camper, which I'll explain in a bit what that means. But the price on this starts at $8,000 and goes up to $8,500. And to me, that's really awesome because that's more of a budget-friendly camper. And the cool thing about it is this thing does come with everything included. Unlike other campers on the market, they'll be about $13,000, $15,000, $20,000, and even $30,000. And you still have to do add-ons to it depending on what you want to add. Like I said, this one, $8,000 for my Tacoma short bed, and it comes with everything I need. So it's going to come with gas struts as far as on the doors all the way around. It's going to come with Amali panels on the inside of this door and on the inside of the other door. And on the outside over here, it's going to have some L tracks. So that way you guys can mount anything you guys want on the outside as well. It's also going to come with a rear window right here, which, like I said, on some campers, this part, what I'm going to show you guys, is an add-on, but in this one, it comes with it. This window actually opens, so you can access stuff from the inside of the cab, or you can throw it to the back over here, and it is lockable. So here is the lock right here. You pull back, and then you release, and you can go ahead and push it. So yes, it is a manual window, but at least you have access to inside of the cab. Or if you want to run some wire in through here or something like that, that's really awesome. And then to close it, same thing, and then you just hit the lock, and now it's locked. So that's a cool feature that it comes with. Another cool feature that this thing comes with, as you guys can see, I'm on the inside and this thing is closed up. I can actually open it up from the inside. So you go ahead and hit the latch and there it is. So I really like that because say you are camping and you want to close it from in here and you have no one else outside, you can do so. So let's hop inside and show you guys. So the latch is going to be right here. For me, it's a little bit harder because I do have some kingpin lighting right here. So it's in the way a little bit, but for you, you won't have that problem. But as you guys can see, you can go ahead and unlock it, which I get scared a little bit because of that light. I don't want to snap my light, but there it is. And then if you want to go ahead and say close it, and then you latch, and that's it. So you can literally have your tailgate closed, you lock this thing up, you can go ahead and open and close. So that's what I like about this thing. It's pretty cool. Another feature that it comes with is going to be this ladder. So that's going to come included. The cool thing about this, if you don't want to go in from the inside, you can climb up right here. And this window does also open up. So you'll see right here, it has a zipper both inside and out. So if I wanted to go ahead and climb in from here, I could. I don't have my platform right now, so if I go, I'll probably break a leg. But I just want to show you guys can get in, you guys can get out. So say you guys have a partner or something like that and you guys are sleeping comfortably, so you can get out through here. Or like I showed you guys earlier, there's one platform on your guys' new version 2 that will come up. And that's where you guys can get in and out from the bottom if you guys do also have another person. So there's different ways around this, up to you. It's just cool that they provide this with it. Another thing that it's going to come with is going to be a third brake light. Yes, I know some do come with it, but I did want to mention it. It's blacked out, so it looks really, really good as far as for the aesthetic. It's super simple to install as well. It does come with a wiring harness. All you do is tap into your brake light from your actual tail lights, and that's about it. It's that easy. And as far as for the weight, this does weigh about 300 pounds. So just keep that in mind. For those of you guys that don't have a setup right now, as far as like a rooftop tent or anything like that, you may feel it when you add this on. But now for my friends out there that already have like a rooftop tent or a bunch of stuff back here, you guys won't feel much of a difference because I can guarantee you your guys' rooftop tent, your guys' rack, and all that extra stuff you guys put on there already weighs about 300 pounds or more. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's what this thing weighs. I also wanted to mention at the top of this, when you do have it closed, it does come already included with crossbars. As far as for me, I did take mine off because I did get that roof wrapped and put my logo on there. But for you guys, if you guys do want some, roof bars, it'll come with it. So you guys can still put stuff on top of your actual tent. And then what I meant from earlier about this being a 2-in-1 camper, it's literally in the name. It's a 2-in-1. So you can take the tent part off. So say you guys don't want to run the tent part and lose a lot of weight, you guys can do that. It unbolts all the way around. You guys can watch the install video, which we show that in the description box below. But that comes off and then you'll have just a regular camper, which is not going to weigh much. And just in case you guys are curious, it is going to be available for many vehicles like the 2nd gen, the 3rd gen, and the 4th gen Tacomas. It's going to be available for the Tundras, the Gladiators, F-150s, Rangers, Rivian, R1Ts, 1st and 2nd gen, I believe. And of course, there's more to come. All right, you guys, now let's go ahead and jump onto what's new on the version 2, because keep in mind, the one that I have currently installed, it is like the version 1. Technically, it's the prototype, so mine is missing a lot of stuff. But I will explain to you guys what the version 2 entitles and kind of what it's going to come with. So let's jump into that. All right, you guys, so for the version 2, you're going to get a ventilation vent. And the cool thing with that is that way it'll keep condensation down overnight. Say it's super cold and then your breath, it kind of heats up. That can create condensation up there. So with the ventilation vent, which your version 2 will get, it'll help kind of recirculate the air. And so that won't happen. It does have different layers inside of it, which we'll show you guys in a bit. But you're going to get a really thick layer on the outside where you're kind of sitting in bed, and then you're going to get another layer, and then you're going to get, of course, the netting layer. I wanted to go ahead and show you the 3 different layers that it's going to have on the inside. So you're going to have your bug netting, which is right here, as you guys can see. This one's just going to serve as a ventilation and just so bugs don't get in. And then you're going to have your first layer. So maybe in summertime, if you get a little bit cold, you can go ahead and just close that one up. It's just kind of like a nightshade, so that way light does not come in. And then with this one, say if it's winter time, this one just kind of helps you keep even warm. So as you guys can see, you are going to have those different layers. I really like the color as well. It's like a black and a gray, as you guys can see. And all the way around, it'll have that. You have it on this window, and then you have it on the window that's in front of me, which will lead to the back of the truck. And then one thing I wanted to point out is it's super tall. Like I said, on your guys's, it's going to be a little bit longer than mine, but it's really tall. I can fully stand up. I am only 5'5" though. If you guys are 6 feet, I still think you guys will have headroom. Probably not if you guys go all the way, but still. It's also going to come with these pockets here, and it comes with a little light. I don't use mine because I did end up getting some kingpin lightings, which those are a little bit brighter, but just keep that in mind. That gets thrown in with the purchase. Another cool thing that the tent is going to come with, which unfortunately mine does not, but for your guys's, it's going to come with an diesel access port on the side. And that's really cool. So if you guys do camping in the winter, as far as for me, unfortunately, mine doesn't have that, but your guys's will. And that way you guys can go ahead and leave your diesel heaters outside, maybe mount them out here, because there's companies that make tables. There's companies that make little brackets for here to go ahead and mount it, or you can put it, say, on the roof and run the line in, so that way you guys can stay warm in the winter time. So that's really cool that it comes with that. Another cool thing is it's going to come with accessible wiring points. As far as with mine, I had to stick all my wires on a different way with a zip tie tape holder. It's also going to come with billet aluminum hardware. I'll show you guys. I just upgraded mine to the new version, which is the one you guys will get. And the grab handle, when you pull this thing down, it's really nice. It's a billet, and it says BYND4X4 on it. Looks really cool. The cool thing on the version 2 is it's going to be 105 inches longer than mine, so it's going to sit a little bit further forward, so you'll have a lot more bed space up top. So if you are a little bit taller, it's going to benefit you a lot more. And then another cool thing is on mine, I'm going to show you guys. On my prototype, everything is manual. As far as on the platforms, as you guys can see, I manually have to push all of this. Even my third platform, it's manual. So with your guys's, you guys will actually have one 80-inch, which will go ahead and go this way on gas struts. So it'll be going up and down. That one won't be removable, but it will go all the way up. So the whole bed will climb with it, which is really cool because it'll give you even more space. And then you're also going to have one 20-inch platform, which that one is going to be removable. So like I said, your guys's on version 2 is going to be way more upgraded than mine. Mine's more on the basic. So I just wanted to go ahead and touch on that. Another thing that your guys's is going to have, which mine does not, is you guys are going to have a little support bracket right here, and it'll have the BYND4X4 logo, which is going to act as the support for the bedding on top. So that's a good thing as well. Another cool thing that you can purchase is going to be awning brackets. I know my awning isn't from BYND4X4, which he has them as well. You can hit them up. But as far as the awning brackets that I use, they are from BYND4X4. So if you want any of that extra add-on, which that is the only add-on I guess you can say, you could go ahead and DM him directly or call him directly, which I'll leave his information in the description box below. The next thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about is things that I would recommend before installation of this whole camper. So let's go ahead and start off down here on the bed. Guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I recommend doing before the installation of this camper. First thing I'd say is go ahead and take everything out of your bed completely and go ahead and give it a good pressure wash. After you've done so, you're going to notice you're going to have a couple holes on the bed. As far as for mine, I previously drilled out a bunch more extra because I ended up putting a deck. I ended up putting a fridge slide on both sides, and I had a whole bunch of holes. So for me, it was a little bit more process, but I did have a bunch of holes I had to plug. It's up to you if you want to or not. I'm just saying I didn't want water or dust getting in from the bottom. That's why I plugged mine. After that, you can go ahead and either get like a bed rug, or you can go ahead and get either Raptor liner, or you can get something done to your bed. For me, what I did is I put some sound deadening material all the way around. After that, on top of it, I ended up putting this thermal insulation, as you guys can see. I didn't do a good job on that. I do plan on building cabinets in here, so I didn't really care about how it looked on here. I just wanted to make sure I did cover it well. So that's why it looks kind of funky as far as the thermal insulation. And then on top of that, I ended up adding some wood flooring, which you guys can see underneath. So like I said, that's just an option. You guys can go ahead and just do a bed rug or whatever. That's depending on how well you want to go ahead and insulate and how well you want to go ahead and keep the water and dust out. The next thing you are going to do, or I would recommend I should say, is seal off any other possible holes. On the Tacomas, you guys can probably check it for yourself, but on the Tacomas, underneath these metal bed rails that come factory, water does still get in through there. So what I ended up doing was putting sealant in back of there, and I should have done this before I installed this because it was a lot harder, but I would put insulation in the back of this bed rail, go ahead and put it back while it's still wet and seal it off. Put the bolts on, and do that for any other bed rails you guys do have, just so no water or dust debris comes in through there. The next thing that I did, and this also looks kind of ugly because like I said, I didn't care since I'm gonna go ahead and build back here. It's gonna be covered, but for you guys, do a better job than I did. But basically, I know you can't really see it, but your Tacoma's gonna have that plastic cap that kind of goes around the bed. It's like a bed rail that sits on top of the whole bed. It's plastic and it's black. I would suggest probably pulling that off, and same thing, seal it off and then go ahead and reinstall it. I didn't do that, so what I did instead was, if you can see, there's a lot of sealant in here. I ended up having to pull this back and caulk it all the way through. So now it's sealed, but it would have been a better job if I would have done it before installing this. Another thing is I also sealed down here because there's a small crack through there that dust does get in through there. Up to you guys, that's where I seen dust and debris. The next spot that I saw that I would say to go ahead and seal off is going to be right here. Like I said, mine does look kind of funky, but right here, and if you look on this side, back of this right here, that's also sealed off there. And if you guys look on yours, you're gonna have a crack there. So what I did was actually put a big plug, and then I put the sealant on top of that, so everything kind of stays into place and nothing molds up. So that's all sealed off as well. The next thing is gonna be on the outside. Let me show you guys. The next spot where I noticed a lot of dust and debris coming in and sometimes a little bit of water is, you're gonna notice right here, I do have a seal. On your guys' Tacoma, you're gonna be able to see all the way down. So I bought this on Amazon, I sealed it off, it's just a bed seal, and then I added some here, and then you're gonna notice I also added some felt right here, and all this just kind of helps seal everything up. As far as for me, I did previously kind of somewhat crash my Tacoma on the bedside here, so this was slightly pulled out. So I really needed to add this, but I can guarantee you, if you guys look at your Tacoma at nighttime, you guys are gonna be able to see light in. So wherever you can see light in at nighttime, that's where you're gonna get that dust, water, any type of intrusion. So you wanna go ahead and seal that off as best as possible. Of course, there's different materials you guys can use if you wanna make it look cleaner. I just wanted something simple that's gonna work. So far, it's doing a good job. All the dust right here that you see is basically from us right now, just stepping in and out of it. But I've noticed it's been doing a good job since I added all of this. So like I said, those are just some things I can recommend you guys if you guys really want this to be sealed off. The next topic we're going to touch on is it waterproof? So to start off, I already showed you guys how to seal it off. I already showed you guys where the water could protrude in. That's why you want to go ahead and seal it off like I showed you guys. So the camper itself, it is waterproof. Now, keep in mind, you want to go ahead and make sure to go to a correct installer, because if you install this thing incorrectly, you can get water, especially on that 2-in-1, like I told you guys, since it goes together. You could get water in there if they don't seal it correctly, or if they don't put on the screws like torque down correctly. So keep that in mind. The camper itself, it is waterproof. Just make sure you get it installed correctly. After that, your next step would be doing everything I just showed you. So we're still gonna go ahead and rinse it down and we'll show you guys. I just wanted to let you guys know that. We'll go ahead and jump back to the video right now, but I wanted to show you guys really quick. We're gonna go ahead and rinse down this area all along the way. Same thing there, and on the opposite side. That way we can show you guys the water test. So let me go ahead and rinse this down. So as you guys can see, this would be like if it's raining. It's gonna rain about there. It's gonna get wet all the way around, just like that. Let's scoot on to the other side and also do the same. One thing I want you guys to take note on is, like I told you guys, I crashed the truck. So this side is actually pushed in, where this side has a pretty big gap where my finger fits. Your truck shouldn't have this problem, but that's why I had to seal it off really, really good. And I think it still slightly leaks on this side just due to it being bowed out. You shouldn't have that problem. That's just because, like I said, we had crashed the truck. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse this off real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and look inside. Let's open it up, check inside. And as you guys can see, didn't leak out. These are drops from there. The only spot where I get the problem of water coming in is right here. And like I said, that's just due to my bed being bowed out. You guys should not have that problem. And here, there's no water leak in there. And I can't really show you, but looking inside here, there's also no water leaks up top. And those are the bolts I was telling you guys. You want to make sure that they seal those off correctly and tighten them all the way torque to spec. Because if they don't do that, that's where you'll get a lot of water leaks. I also wanted to tell you guys, would I still recommend it? Yes, definitely I will. So this is going to be more for someone on a budget, but someone that also wants to jump into something cool like this, something that's really easy when you guys go camping out. That way you guys can go ahead and lock your stuff up, since it does have keys and locks. You can go ahead and throw your stuff here. You can have your tent up top and you won't have to bring any extra stuff with you. That's the people that I recommend it. So now, if you guys want, of course, a more expensive camper, there's a bunch out there. But like I was telling you guys from the beginning of this video, there's going to be a lot of add-on charges, where this one, all the add-ons are included. That's what I really like about this brand versus other ones. Now, of course, will you get more out of those? I mean, yeah, you got to always think about the price. It is more expensive, so you better be getting what you pay for. Where this, it is more on the budget setup, but it's still all the way around good. Whether you're barely getting started, whether you're like me, you've tested different things out and you want to still stay in a budget, but try something new, something easier when you guys just go out anywhere. So that's kind of who I recommend it to. Another thing I did want to talk about is you also have to somewhat think about the weight. And this goes for any camper like this that you get. Ours is 300 pounds, but I just think of it as like an extra person being in here. If you think about it, there's some people that weigh 200 plus and they get in these Tacomas. That's kind of how I think about it. But of course, to each their own opinion. Even though this does come with all those features already, there are some that I did wish you can still purchase on top, at least maybe add them to the website. Like for example, for my bed lights, I had to go with Kingpin lighting, which is Kingpin equipped. Check them out. I also have a discount code if you guys need that, but that's where my lighting is from. I did wish you could have just purchased some directly through their website, or like something you could have got through the factory. Maybe that's something they'll do down the road. Who knows? Another thing that would be pretty cool to go ahead and purchase on top on their website would be some window netting. And what I mean by that is, as you guys can see right now, we do have this open and there's no netting here. So bugs and everything can get in. Say I have this all locked up, but I still want to look outside because I'm hanging out down here. It would be nice to have that. Someone recently on Instagram shared a link with me where I can purchase some. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be like a DIY, but would be cool if it was like directly made for it. Another cool option for like say extra money is, as an example, you know how this one opens from the inside and also closes from the inside? I wish these did the same because these don't have that. These ones only open from out here. So that would have been cool, even if he asked for a little bit extra money to have that feature. So those are just some things that I wish you can purchase on top. Like I said, overall $8,000, you get everything, but would have been cool on those features, don't you think? So with all that being said, if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase mine, I may get rid of it to go ahead and purchase that new one. Hit me up. I'm pretty serious and I'll probably give you guys a really good offer. Let me know if you want my camper. This is the prototype one. It's not the version 2. I'll go ahead and sell it to you guys and then I'll purchase the new one and maybe make another video. So if you guys did enjoy today's quick video on the BYND4X4 camper, if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it, make sure to check out the description box below. Make sure to use my discount code so you can purchase yours. So if you guys do have any more questions for me or for BYND4X4, go ahead and hit them up either on Instagram, or you can go ahead and call the shop directly. His phone number is 916-992-2044. He's open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you guys do call him up, ask for Chris, let him know I sent you over. That way you guys can get hooked up and that way he'll go ahead and answer all your guys' questions. Like I said, mine's up for sale if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it. I'm pretty serious on that and I'll give you guys a really good deal. So if you guys did enjoy today's quick video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you now. simple. Please feel free to subscribe.